Most logging is added to systems to answer a question. Why did this fail? What happened at this time? Who made this request? The question is operational. The answer, captured faithfully in a log line, sometimes contains something the person who wrote the logging code never considered, a secret that was present in the context when the log was written. This is how secrets end up in logs, not through a decision to log them, through a decision to log context, and a failure to notice that context included them. The pattern is consistent enough that it has a recognizable shape. An engineer is debugging a problem in production. Requests are failing, and the error messages do not contain enough information to diagnose why, so they add a log statement that captures the full request, headers, parameters, body. The problem is diagnosed and fixed. The log statement is meant to be temporary. It is not removed. 3 months later, every API request processed by that service has been logged in full, including the authorization header containing the bearer token of every user who made a request. That log stream was forwarded to the centralized logging platform on day 1. The logging platform retains data for 2 years by default. The secret has been accumulating in a system that hundreds of engineers across the organization have read access to, because broad access to logs is how engineering teams debug distributed systems. No one decided to store those secrets. The decision was to add a log line. The log line captured context. The context contained secrets. The secrets went where log lines go. Structured logging makes this worse, in a way that is not obvious until you understand how log aggregation platforms work. Unstructured log lines, plain text strings, get stored as opaque text. A secret buried in a log message is retrievable, but it requires knowing it is there and knowing what to look for. Structured logging, which captures fields as key value pairs for easier querying and analysis, indexes every field. A secret logged as a structured field is not buried in text. It is indexed, searchable, and queryable as a first-class value in the log store. Any engineer who knows the field name can retrieve every value it has ever held across every service that ever logged it. Error reporting tools compound the problem in a specific direction. When an application throws an unhandled exception, error tracking platforms capture a snapshot of the application state at the moment of failure. That snapshot frequently includes the local variable scope, the request context, and the environment variables visible to the process. An unhandled exception in a function that received an API key as a parameter sends that API key to the error tracking platform. The error tracking platform is a third-party service with its own authentication model, its own data retention policy, and its own access controls, none of which are under the organization's direct management. A secret that was stored in a vault, transmitted over TLS, retrieved by an authorized service, and passed to a function as a parameter, has now been sent to a cloud service hosted by a third party, retained for as long as that platform retains error data, accessible to everyone with access to the error tracking project, which typically includes every engineer on the team. API responses create a leakage surface that is directionally different from logs, but structurally identical. An endpoint that returns more information than the caller needs, one that echoes back request parameters, returns internal configuration values, or includes debugging fields added during development and never removed, is writing secrets into responses that leave the system entirely. A mobile application logging its own network responses for debugging, a browser developer tool recording API calls, a monitoring agent sampling traffic. Any of these can capture a response containing a secret and retain it in a location the original API owner has no visibility into. The 2022 Twilio breach followed a variation of this pattern. Phishing attacks against employees led to access to internal tooling, but tooling exposed customer data because sensitive values had accumulated in operational systems accessible to a broader population than the sensitivity of the data warranted. The access was enabled not by a direct database breach, but by the gap between what internal systems contained and what their access controls assumed they contained. The common thread across logs, error reports, and API responses is that they are all outputs of systems designed for a purpose other than secret storage, which accumulate secrets as a side effect of doing their primary job well. A logging system that captures comprehensive request context is a good logging system. An error reporting tool that captures full application state at the moment of failure is a good error reporting tool. An API that returns rich diagnostic information is a good API. None of those designs are wrong. They become a problem when the sensitivity of what they accumulate is never modeled against the access controls of where they send it. The scrubbing approach, filtering known secret patterns from log output before it is written, is a partial answer. It catches secrets that match known formats, strings that look like AWS access keys, strings that begin with known token prefixes. It does not catch secrets that do not match a known pattern, secrets embedded in structured data where field names rather than values identify the sensitivity, or secrets that pass through the logging path in encoded or transformed forms. The more complete answer requires treating every output channel, every log stream, every error report, every API response as a data flow with a sensitivity classification, and verifying that the access controls of the destination match the highest sensitivity content that flow can carry. That is not a code change. It is an architectural habit. And it is one that most systems were never designed with, because the question of where outputs go and who can read them was never part of the specification for building them. The question is not whether your logging infrastructure is capturing secrets right now. In any system with comprehensive observability, it almost certainly is. The question is whether you know which ones, where they landed, and who has been able to read them since.